Today we are going to make one of the no pressure cooker lentils. They cook in about 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, and it's going to be the rose lentil. This is also known as red lentil, and they are really pretty to look at, and they cook very quickly. And 1 cup of these rose lentils it's a little over 50 grams of protein. And I personally, based on the calculation from the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine.org, they have a formula to calculate your recommended protein amount, and it's body weight in pounds times 0.36. Gives you the amount of protein in grams, the recommended amount you should have. So, based on my weight, I need about 50 grams of protein. And that's what 1 cup of rose lentils gives us. So I'm going to do the plain red lentil. It's also known as rose lentil. It's also known as masoor dal. I think that's Hindi. You can buy this in the supermarket and in your local international store, and you can also get it online, from grocers online. I usually do buy mine in large quantities, and I stick it in these plastic containers that I get out of the recycling bin. On recycling day, I go around and I find usually pretzels come in here and people throw them out. So they're excellent containers. So it's a little after 2, and you'll see how quickly this cooks. I'm going to put that aside. I'm just going to cook 1 cup. After I cook this, I'll show you other recipes where this is used. So this is 1 cup. I'm just going to, I measured it. I'm going to sift it, look for little sticks and little stones. Then I'll rinse it in water. And you'll see how the water looks a little brownish at first, and then eventually it cleans off. And then I'll cook it in about 3 cups of tap water. This becomes a nice broth, a nice soup, or stew, or a base for veggies. It almost cooks away. This is cooked like mung dal very quickly, and we use this as the base in a lot of veggie dishes. But when you have this, you wouldn't say you had beans and rice or beans and veggies, because it really cooks down to sort of like a mush, and just makes a nice base. So I think it's pretty much done. I'll throw this water out. This is the last, and then I'll put in 3 cups of water and let it cook. One, 2, 3. And I can add as much water as I like later on. You'll find out how you like to do it yourself. Okay. So I'm going to turn it on. There's nothing exciting about this. During this time, as many of you know, I will, so I'm turning on the fire, the heat at 205. I usually make all my lentils, and I store some of them, or if I'm going to eat my meal now, after these are done, I'll be chopping my veggies and preparing that now. So I'm going to cover it and just let it come to a boil and cook down. They're really small pieces when you buy it. I think this whole bag costs about $2, and there are 2 cups in here, so it's about $1 for 1 cup. And so it's 2:06. I'll write the time down here, and there's nothing to watch, so I'll turn off the film. Now this water, as you can see, I'll put it on my plants outside. It's just a little dusty. In the meantime, I want to introduce you to my new dog. Daisy passed away a few weeks ago. This is Lentil. Pretty cold here, so we keep her bundled up. Hey, little girl.
We think she's part poodle and part Italian greyhound, as we have learned more about her. Her feet were completely bare when we got her, but her hair started to grow in, so we think that was a little stress. But she's a sweetheart. See how gentle she is? So I wanted to introduce you to her while these rose lentils are cooking.
I want to show you some of my collage I have here. But this is my favorite one. It's The Dignity of the Doomed. This is a group of people who go to slaughterhouses and stand when the trucks get unloaded. And the animals clearly are going in to get slaughtered, and they stand there and just they call it with the eyes of love. They look at them and acknowledge their pain and issues, pain and horror, really. So that's my fridge collage. And as a vegan, I don't eat any of these animals. So it's 2:13, and typical me, I always boil it over by mistake. I always say I'm going to watch it, and then I don't. I go about doing other things. But no problem. I just clean it up a little bit and let it keep boiling. And the trick with all legumes and beans is that you cook them alone completely till they're mushy enough for your taste. Then you introduce anything else you're going to cook them with. So after they're fully cooked, then I'll add the salt, the tomato, the fried onion, whatever. But that's the trick to cooking all legumes. Okay, so it's about 2:20, and this is almost done.
I could have added more water if I wanted, but I didn't need to. And this I'm going to split up and put some aside in the freezer or the fridge, and I'm going to use some tonight for one of my recipes. You can see there's, it's pretty much uniform. It doesn't like split up. It looks like oatmeal sort of at this point. And if we cooked it a little longer, it would become even mushier.
So it's completely mushy. And then since you're adding this to something else, whether it's a veggie or a soup, or you're going to boil it down as a broth, if you were to boil it down as a broth, you would add a lot more water than salt. But so now this plain red lentil is done in about 20 minutes. And from here we use this for other things, but it's good to learn how to make this alone and either store it or get ready to put it in another dish.
Okay, so as you can see, it's 2:28. This has cooled down a bit, my rose lentil. This burner's so hot. But I can definitely, just want you to see what it looks like. So it's mushy like, you can see the water doesn't separate. The beans themselves are, you can smash them right up. They're not really their own anymore, so they're very well done. So I just save everything in some plastic that I got from buying other things that came in plastic. Try and save on using plastic. This will be used in some, also use it in tomato sauce if your tomato sauce is a little too sour for you and you want to give it some substance. So there's no salt in here, no oil, and again, this all costs $1 for our family. This will be part of something I make, and you'll see other recipes doing that. And it's just these plain old red lentils. This has about 50 grams of protein in it, which is almost exactly what I have been recommended to take daily by the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. You can go there. They have something called the Protein Myth. It's 2:30, so from start to finish, it took a half an hour, and I'll put these in the fridge after they cool down completely. Thank you. I hope you learned a lot today about this, and that it's clear. And if you make it sometime, please send me a picture, and I'll post it on the website. Thank you. Bye-bye.